Address?
The carriage house at Lanfair.
What's the street, the number?
1107 Regency Drive. No, I'm sorry. It's 1117 Regency Drive. I can't remember the zip code.
Marital status, single, right?
Yes.
Prior arrests, 1.
The charges against her were dropped. She was set up by Brent Van Buren. She doesn't even have a record, and you're treating her like a criminal.
She confessed to killing her mother, and you're not allowed in here.
She was protecting her mother from being raped by Donald Lamar. Lee's death was an accident. It wasn't murder. She shouldn't even be here.
Wade, she was arrested. I've got to book her.
Is there some kind of rule that says that you can't show any compassion? I mean, look at the kind of condition she is in. You don't even care.
Out! Move it!
No, I'm gonna stay right here with her.
Buck Buchanan is an extraordinarily generous man.
Look at these desks and chairs and the supplies. They say love brings out the best in a person. I would say that this is surefire testimony to that.
Not to mention the building itself.
I wonder if Pa and Cody might put some whitewash up there on that wall.
May, the sound of the children's voices, their laughter will make this room brighter than sunshine.
And I'd say that your smile's about the brightest bit of sunshine I've seen around here, Miss Jenny.
May, I am so truly excited about this task before me, sharing all my knowledge with these darling children.
Afternoon, ladies.
Clint, good afternoon. How are you feeling?
It's fine, fine. Good enough to help you out a little around here anyway.
Oh, good. I have a task that I was hoping I could persuade you to undertake, and it requires no physical labor whatsoever.
Well, you just name it and I'll just do it.
I was hoping that you would help me to teach the children.
Is that Tom Dennison?
No. It was Kevin's principal. He told me that Kevin was in school this morning, but he never showed up for his first class this afternoon. Now, if Kevin were ill, he would have called me, and if he were coming home, he'd be here by now.
You know, he refused to go to school last week, you remember?
I know he did, but I had a long talk with him, and I naively thought that I had resolved the problem. Oh, good Lord, what is wrong with me? If I'm having difficulty dealing with Clint's death, why on earth would I expect an 11-year-old boy to cope with it? I just haven't been sensitive enough to his feelings. I've been so wrapped up in my own.
Now, wait a minute. Let's just back up a second here. I know the love and the support you've given these kids, Vicki. I'm not going to let you blame yourself for this.
Yeah, well, we have to find him.
He just skipped school for the afternoon.
Bo! He is an 11-year-old child who is not where he is supposed to be. Now, if you don't want to help me look for him, that's fine, but I have to find him.
Here's what to do when you don't find the rainbows in.
Jenny, what can I teach the kids that you can't?
Science.
Science? Well, didn't you take a science course in college?
Yes, of course I did, but it was my weakest subject. And it is very clear to me that your knowledge in the field of science is far greater than that even of my professors. If only you would be willing to give up a few hours every week, say 2 or 3, the children would be most appreciative, as would I.
Well, Jenny, I was very fortunate in growing up in a house with a lot of books on a lot of different subjects, and I was a very curious fella.
Well, then, why not share the fruits of your mental labors with the children?
Jenny, I'd make a lousy teacher.
Oh, Buddy likes learning from you, Clint.
Well, Buddy likes learning, period.
It has been my observation that you have an incredible rapport with Buddy, with all the children. You must have been a wonderful father. Oh, I do beg your pardon. I spoke without thinking.
No. That's quite all right. I do love kids. I don't know anything about teaching techniques, things like that.
Oh, but it's really so simple.
If it was so simple, you wouldn't have to go to college to learn it, now would you? Now, I'll do any other thing I can to help you. Matter of fact, why don't I just teach you what I know, and then you can teach the kids.
Are you proposing that you tutor me privately?
Well, yeah. Yeah, then they'd have the benefit of my expertise and your great classroom technique.
Well, that sounds like a very promising proposition there, Miss Jenny.
Oh, children, do come in.
Morning.
Do come in. You may remove your hats and your bonnets. Boys, you may remove your hats.
Holy smokes. It's a real school.
Thanks to Miss Ginny.
Well, I'd like you children all to find seats now. Let's see, we have, oh dear, we're going to be short 2 desks. I tell you what, 2 of the girls, you wouldn't mind sharing with 2 others, would you? All right, I tell you what. Lauren, you sit right here, and darling, you sit right next to her. Amanda, isn't it? Hello, darling. Sit down right there, and Faith, you share with Amanda, all right?
Miss Jenny, I'm much obliged for you just staying here just so that we could get an education.
Oh, buddy, it is my very great pleasure. And I am very happy to see that you are better.
Oh, well, actually, I think I've never felt better.
Vicky, he's not lost. He just cut a class.
How can you be so sure that it's something that simple?
Because kids play hooky every day in every city in America. And most of the time, their folks don't even know about it.
Well, now, that is a frightening thought, isn't it?
Now, see, you're letting your fear take over because of what happened to Clint. Now, what you should be is angry as heck right now because of the stunt that Kevin pulled.
Well, I am. How could he do such a thing, especially after what happened to Clint?
Because he's a kid. He's acting like one. You know, maybe he's afraid, maybe he's confused right now. Maybe he just doesn't want to be cooped up in a classroom all afternoon. I don't know. There could be 100 different reasons. But I remember back when I was Kevin's age. Hell, if I had a quarter for every time I played hooky.
What's wrong?
If I had a quarter, I've got an idea. Would you just follow my instincts?
I don't know.
But Vicky, I love that boy. I feel a tremendous amount of responsibility for him. Believe me, if I thought for 1 second that something was wrong, if he was in trouble, I'd be on that phone to the police. Now, just give me an hour or so, okay? I know I can find him.
Well, all right. Shall I go with you?
No. Just let me follow through on this one, okay?
All right, but I'm going to the school. I'll start looking there.
All right.
Tom, Emma told me you were here.
Yes.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about Lee, about Mary Lynn, about everything.
Thank you, Melinda. I'm sorry I can't stay very long. I have to get back to the station house.
Well, why couldn't I have met you there?
I want to be very sure no one could overhear our conversation. Melinda, when you remembered Kellogg's conversation with Lamar in the shock treatment, therapy room, you wanted to go to Herb Callison and tell him the whole story, right? I talked you out of it. Well, I've changed my mind.
Well, Donald is still Herb's boss. He knows everything that goes on in the DA room.
That's all right. We're going to have to be very, very careful about this. Now, I wish I could come up with some evidence linking Lamar with the mob. I would take that, plus your recollection of what happened in Mountain View, to the authorities, but I'm afraid I can't do that. I just do not have time. My daughter's being booked for the murder of her mother. Lamar tried to rape her. Mary Lynn tried to stop him, and, well, Lee was shot.
I'm sure you know that Donald Lamar just had a press conference about an hour ago.
I know. Lamar says that, well, he and Lee were lovers. Didn't take him very long to tell his story to the media, did he? He's playing for sympathy. He's scoring points based on his long and illustrious career as a state prosecutor. But we have got to discredit him. We have got to convince Herb Callison that Lamar ordered Kellogg to kill Alex Crown.
What the hell are you saying?
Rob.
Is it true, Melinda? Did Lamar order my father's murder?